What is
off. So today, our goal is to push through and try to get as many diamonds and tasks done as we possibly can. So I reset my account. We're back to 0. I went through and got all the tasks, so all those are picked up. We're going to go ahead and start working through our guides now. So
the float fishing guru from Taylor's Tackles is here to tell you what's what and who's who. I've picked out a nice spot for float fishing, so catch you there.
We're going to start right at the top. Start something smaller. We don't have that great of equipment. Diamond's Peak is all this beginner stuff, yeah. All right. That. The fun part now is we getting to everything. Be that bad. Since the car is free. Just make sure everything is decent sound-wise for you guys.
Hello, Buck, it's Clay. Just getting in at Ruby River Range if you need me. Got you down here.
So, the first thing we're going to go for is we need to try to... So, I'm starting on an account that's got nothing, basically. So, our first goal is going to be to try to get some tasks done, get leveled up, then we can get the gear that we need to go after the Lakers. Spent some time on my main account working out a map, so it's been a big push for me. Been building out a map for tasks, photo locations, all that kind of good stuff, so you guys don't have to worry about that when that game comes out in a couple days. But on the main account, we did diamonds in the first 2 hours. I guess I should say it was a matter of once I got everything unlocked, fast travel points, all that kind of stuff, it took about 2 hours getting all the diamonds with all the top end gear, knowledge, and spots, and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I was putting a lot of work into building a map out too.
My dog stepped on a bee.
You get to follow, buddy. What's up, leopard? Squeeze right through here. Head to the south end. That should get us to this location and get as many things on the way as possibly can. we've been pushing, man. I've got 60 hours in so far, something like that. We're just grinding, trying to find out collectibles, and all that kind of stuff.
The hot springs here are an esteemed natural resource, first utilized by the ancestors of the Shoshone further back than the books go. Mountain men exploring the area came back with tall tales of bubbling mud and steaming rivers, leading to high ridicule from their despondent comrades. It seems nature's gems were dismissed as pure delirium, but further expeditions and explorations elucidated the matter better than words ever could. The stories were real, and the beautiful bubbling geysers were our park's very own wonder. The history of our hot springs as a hot property goes back to 1906, and one Gregoire Lacroix, a French-Canadian immigrant who staked a mining claim on the banks of this here park. What he found himself in was a spot of hot water, and much like that Archimedes fella, soon thunk of something crafty. Riverbank hot tubs were the first place his mind went, and soon folk from all over were following along. Decades later, mud ain't the only thing heating up. Turns out Mother Nature's bounty ain't half easy to make a few pennies on. But hey, what can you do? They treat me nicer than any other parasites I got, and they never forget my birthday, which is more than I can say for my tapeworm.
Alright, now that he's done talking. So like I said, I'm building that map out. My goal, essentially, is to kind of check and see how this map stacks up, right? Go on over. This is kind of what we're looking at here. This will be posted in my Discord, so exclamation Discord will pop that up. They'll be posted on the 31st, which kind of finishes this a little more, but a few more challenges to find on here. But building layers so that I can get this out to you guys, and have you guys actually have useful information. We're just kind of testing that tonight. Making sure I've got all the information.
Hello, Buckaroo. I'm down at Emerald Lake for a while. Catch you later.
This one should be... three... This one was up here, wasn't it? That's part of the figuring stuff out. Got the field though. Here. Like the fun part is trying to match it up. It's just a puzzle. Like finding the right spot. There we go. Okay. I don't necessarily have the greatest gear for. Trembler off and turns the wheel off. I can see way clear. Alright. Actually sure they're gonna go for the bread. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Bloodworm on. Flip that out there. But the one. fish in the account. A lot of what I do with these tasks, maybe sight fishing. In fact, far most effective way. Got some girth to it.
The float fishing guru from Taylor's Tackles is here to tell you what's what and who's who. I've picked out a nice spot for float fishing, so catch you there.
If I didn't have a shop to run, I'd go down to catch that yellow perch again myself.
Now
Have a
we can
browse.
Go ahead and
Everyone starts somewhere, but
We're gonna
anyone who's
do-
anyone starts with a greenhorn. This baby has a smoother learning curve than a minnow's fin.
I want something that's the one.
This gorgeous antique rod is a real blast from the past, but boy does it feel as good as new.
15-pound one.
If you've spent any time with Old Clay, you've heard him
So I
talk
need to
about
get
his son.
up to
One in, one out, that's the way of the world. Glad I can be here and not there.
So I gotta make like 300 more. And grab that. So I need a grand. Oh man.
Everyone starts somewhere, but
Fun
anyone
times
who's
right now,
anyone
too. It's
starts
like
with a
locking
greenhorn.
you in the green
This
in the
baby
stream.
has a smoother learning curve than a
So I
minnow's
gotta actually
fin.
kill the game. And get
Old
back in
Clay
it, so
is a
I'm gonna be
nice
right back.
guy, an inherently good guy even, but he thinks he can do all of this on his own, and that just isn't true.
Oh, 45 blue leg.
One's broke top. Alright. Game's on its way back up now. Yeah, I don't know. I run into that more often than not, but my clicks are backwards, right? I'm a lefty. So that's definitely a lefty problem that I've seen, for me at least.
The
Lovely
float fishing
afternoon
guru
for a
from
fish,
Taylor's Tackles
or
is here to
perhaps
tell
a
you what's
purchase?
what and who's who. I've picked out a nice spot for float fishing, so catch you there.
Get this mission done real quick, get some extra cash, and get that first
See you
rod
soon.
upgrade.
You'll need a float rod, so whip it out. Float fishing involves suspending a bait underneath your float and a whole lot of patience. Before you cast, try experimenting with the drag and hook depth. The drag set by your reel determines how much power a fish needs to take line and gain distance. The hook depth determines how much line distance there is between your hook and the float. This should always be less than the depth of the water. Now use all I've taught you to catch yourself a fish.
Yeah, it's one of those things too where, like, if you know anything about fishing at all, some of the tutorial missions are obnoxious. They do a good job of setting you up if you don't know fishing. But, I mean...
Hey, Buck, I'll be down the Emerald Lake Plateau outpost in a flash if you need me. See you there.
Return the bait. That's where you struggle to catch something with tutorial fishing, like reef. Hoping the fish should be just all in place right here so I can get this there, because run right there. Approaching low. Backing low. This guy's fast though. Electric hook. I don't think I'm gonna get this bass in though with this rod set up. There's nothing here, guys. Fixing the shetty, but I don't think I'm going to. You typically can see fish kind of coming to the bait. There's a small enough down there. Teasing me. Go back to tasks. I don't think that's gonna be worth our time. Another small fish. Rank yellow perch. Mission is I think it drives me nuts too is how that moves constantly. So photo challenge 2. Like down here. Take the photo, I think. That changes things. Dude, that truck. Get this a little closer at least. Look over the basket. So it's a good fishing game, right? It's not a good fishing sim, if that makes sense. It's definitely not trying to be a sim in the way that, like, All the Wild isn't necessarily a hunting sim. For, you know, the Hunter, or the Hunter Classic, I think more is that Fishing Planet-esque, you know, sim experience. I mean, you guys see the gameplay, you know, it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's more of what I would call the social fishing game, just because of the aspect of having up to 4 people in the boat, 12 people on the map, you know, so it's a pretty social game, especially in distance. I feel like for the most part, if you have any fishing knowledge in real life, you're going to really excel. Fast one. Challenge one, soaring small enough. I'm not sure I can even get small enough in right now. That's the main question. Let us buy a few things to...
Now use all I've taught you to catch yourself a fish.
I've been catching fish.
The early bird gets the worm. That's the exact spot in the photo. Hey, you're pretty good at this. Take a look at these. This gorgeous antique rod is a real blast from the past, but boy does it feel as good as new.
Red worm, I want size 6 hooks too.
Juicy plump wigglers I fattened up myself. They say the early worm gets the fish, and little cutie pies are more than punctual.
Set this rod up. Six. Red worm. Head over to this marker.
I'll be right here with the bargains.
Right there. Alright.
A few years ago,
a lot of the stuff is just like getting set up, right? And getting to the later things. Once you figure out spots that work, you figure out lures that work, kind of farm things out. I mean, I've got 60 hours into it solo. I haven't played anything multiplayer at all. I think it's a ton of fun. I mean, I wouldn't be playing otherwise, you know. I want to go. Oh, okay, I'm ripping. I mean, as a solo game, it's still fine. There's still lots for you to do, lots of things for you to try, lots of exploring to do, lots of collectibles. The vehicles are free too, so it's not like you have to pay money to get those. I mean, they're trying to do a lot of things right. Well, like tonight's a pretty good example too of trying to see how gamey it actually is by creating a guide. So it's kind of what tonight's all about. You know, I played a lot of Fishing Planet, did a lot of Bassmaster 2022. I don't think I've ever played Ultimate Fishing. Oh yeah, I mean,
My
I
dog
appreciate the
stepped
follow,
on a
dude.
bee.
Yeah, it's a good game. I mean, it's got flaws, but like the Hunter, you know, it took 6 months before the Hunter was good. And with that being said, the Hunter is Hunter, you know, now. There's nothing that compares to it. I mean, Way of the Hunter is good, but it's still missing something for me. Like, I don't want to go back and play it all the time, versus like, oh, Wild the Hunter, there's something about it that makes it interesting. But yeah, kind of the way that I've been saying, man, is it's a good fishing game, but it's not a great fishing sim. But, you know, I'm somebody that I fish 4 or 5 days a week. I'm able to, so I'm here for see you. I just need a silver, like a small one would suffice. Well, like typically on this channel though, like the fishing gaming stuff is fairly new for us. Up until recently, pretty much all I did was like lure reviews and boat restorations and car restorations and stuff like that. Did some Fishing Planet, and I took a little deeper dive into Fishing Planet than I think most people do. I've got a lot of content playing for that too. But this game has really pulled me away from Fishing Planet in the aspect of being a fun game, and not necessarily feeling like I have to grind out a bunch of stuff. Ooh, there's Millery. If I remember right though, me and Pop of Grizzly were going back and forth in this spot, talking about how rough it was trying to catch this perch in this area. How they're jumping right there, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You know, putting a spinnerbait out or something like that. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing in my mind is, yeah, the game mechanics are kind of limited, I guess, at least at this point, but the whole thing is open world, right? So, I mean, literally, I can walk all the way to here if I felt like. Wait a minute. I still got some UI bugs being pre-released. But yeah, you can walk around anywhere. The boats are free, the car's free. Fishing Planet, you spend good money, you know, getting the basic stuff to go enjoy the game at that point. Oh, the map's huge. Yeah, this map is actually really big. This thing too is yes, it's only 12 species, but it's fairly well done. I have not played all the Fishing 2, but I'm gonna have to by what everybody's saying. So I guess we're gonna probably run some of that and run some the other game that we're talking about, Russian Fishing 4. Both of those games really piqued my interest and were really up my alley. But this game is not a sim. Let's look into a cat or something dumb like that. Almost had to hook into a cat because I think going deep. On that. Yeah, and that's my thing too. Is I mean, along with that too, though, is there is no time change. So if you want to change time, you have to essentially leave the server and rejoin another server. This is not going to end well for me. Guaranteed. This most times, like, man, if I was on my other account, my other account has got max gear basically. We've been busting butt trying to learn stuff on this game. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight this. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna get that one in with 1 pound line. Yeah, so you can do offline, but I do believe, I'm not totally sure, that even if you are offline, you still need to connect to the global servers, but I haven't necessarily tried too much, so I've been trying to run into the other guys that are streaming and playing, and kind of running people around and trying to show stuff. Like, it definitely seems like I've gotten farther than most people, but it could just be the people that were hanging around too. It's gonna be 12 per lobby. 12 per lobby. And they've hinted several times about tournaments and things like that, which I am absolutely stoked about. There's nothing like that in there yet. There's some UI thingies that need to be fixed, right? That they're working on, that they've already said they're going to work on. So I'm excited to see what the future is in the short term and what's possible, you know, over long term. So I think that the red worms are not it. I feel like we were catching before on bloodworms way better than red worms. And the cool thing too is, say you're sitting there fishing, and somebody buzzes your spot, it's not going to blow your spot. Because your fish are your fish, and their fish are separate from yours. That makes sense. So, like, I can't go buzz your spot with a boat and blow all your fish out of your spot. He's gonna fight or what? What's funny is tomorrow we're gonna play on my main account. The other account has got way more stuff. So we'll get a deeper look at lures and all that stuff tomorrow. Juvenile perch. Like, if you guys want, I'll go ahead. I can set up a camera angle, and we can go over float fishing, we can go over crankbaits, differences, where the game fails, where the game excels, any type of bait technique, things like that, if that's something that you're curious about. See if anybody look at a lure guide, kind of point out things, but, I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I want the game to be the best it can be, and you're not going to do that by hiding opinions that are, you know, about things that are wrong. Okay. Do it. That's where I saw it splashing for a second. I will say the devs have been extremely receptive too. It is super cool to see that they actually care, they want input. Oh, dude, so I'm trying to think of a way to get a group of creators together. They're playing the Angler. Probably all on Twitch, I would assume. I would like to do a live, essentially Bassmaster style tournament on this game. I think I know how to do it. I've done tournaments in the past for other games. Got, my other account, I have diamond everything. Actually, I have a spot that we can go to here in a second to try to get that once I get rod upgrade. That's gonna be my next logical step, right? Try to get the diamonds with, like, the panfish. Those are worth quite a bit. And then I'm gonna push for the diamonds on, like, smallmouth, largemouth, things like that. Get out of here with that. There's perch here, bro. I seen them. Yeah, I think I've got only a couple bluegill, but the one I got was huge. But for the most part, too, once you complete the tasks, you will have a diamond in every species. The tasks do a pretty good job of walking you through all that stuff and teaching you how to catch those bigger fish. They kind of almost walk you through getting your first diamonds. But I will say the locations that they take you to are not the best by far. Papa Grizz was playing earlier. He ran a couple of spots that I ran. He ran some weird spots. It seemed like all the weird spots held consistently bigger fish than the mission diamonds. On perch. I don't need a silver red perch. That's nothing crazy. Excuse me. Like, we know they're here. Right? They should be getting more active. This sun's kind of doing its thing. I don't want to stray too far with my bridge either. Like, we ended up catching everything like on a spinner, honestly. It doesn't seem like the red worms, the blood worms are doing their thing. Put on out there, let's these pads. Oh, something approaching. What up, Yander? Oh, it's going, buddy. We already got 1 diamond out of 12. It's just a matter of earning enough cash to get the equipment to go get their stuff. Are you? Oh, I heard the sound. Heard the sound and pulled too early. There we go. This is the better one. There we go. There's our silver. Alright. That mission's done. Go ahead and head back. Get that turned in, get some cash, buy a rod, buy a reel, buy some line. I'm a little fancier.
Open all out If I didn't have a shop to run, I'd go down to catch that yellow perch again myself. Here's what I've got.
So I need...
Don't mistake
More money
this
still.
so-called basking shark for a bottom feeder. This string swims slicker than a sea serpent and won't break the riverbank.
Or-
You catch my drift?
We can upgrade to a mid-size reel. That's all the money, though.
For a vintage reel lover, the Iago is something special.
Man.
For performance-focused fishers, it's really something else.
Alright, so guess what we do?
Did you know the oldest fish hooks ever were
Is
made of
we
sea
grab
snail
some
shells and thought
bread.
to be about 23,000 years old? Pretty neat, huh? Buy something.
I think 53. Size 8 hook, 10 hook. We've got that. We've got bread. Okay, then we're gonna go for that bluegill. Alright. Chase that bluegill. So that one. Go ahead and pull my map. Made.
This park has problems, but there isn't a day I don't wake up and thank my lucky stars I'm here.
Palindrome. Okay, so Lake Palindrome. So that's gonna be Ruby. This bike stand, bro. It's sagging. This drives me nuts. Yep, Lake Palindrome.
Wish I could spend more time fishing and less time behind this kiosk. Even when I'm serving customers, I'm catching fish in my head.
All right. So we can go ahead and travel. Dude, like a lot of it's just once I get that mid-sized rod, I can catch a lot more stuff without worrying about break off, and then we kind of push and make a bunch of money very quickly at that point. I want about 15-pound line for maybe a spinning rod, and that should make us safe for most species. I mean, even pike, you know, in Wyoming only get to be 30 pounds. And yeah, it might be tight, but it's definitely doable. With 15-pound line. It's gonna take you some time, but it's doable. Yeah. Oh, there's a truck right by there too. I could have just gone to that. Are you kidding me? Not even surprised though. Up this hill. Dude, this is the fun thing too, is starting from scratch. Is I've got all the collectibles to find in the park. I think I want to do a higher res map for that though. But we usually came out with one. But I've got all the locations so far that I've discovered on a map. That'll be in the Discord. Do not care for it stopping. When I open my map, I'll be honest with you. Tire tracks here usually mean somebody else has been here recently, by the way. You'll actually see tire tracks left from other people in the server. Safety. Safety for people without life insurance. getting somewhere. Now catch me diamond rank. There we go. Alrighty. Put that rod out. Throw some bread on it. Go ahead. Let's see on this dock. As close to the edge as I can get. And recast. Hopefully, okay. Alright, a little bit of activity right there. Alright, gives us a little indication. Okay. Flip that right on top of that one. And once you get the right bait combination, you can pretty much flip it right on top of the fish. And usually bite it with a bait rig. Bluegill are a little slower to bite. They seem a little more random than other fish too. Apart from the strike actually pops up. Silver. A little bit of XP. I saw one jumping out that way. Could walk around this lake a little bit too. That might get a little further. It's like off that point, there's quite a few. Ah, don't fall in. Go ahead and tuck up here in this point. Good, let's go a little bit further. Get those fish jumping. Try and get a little bit higher on top of this lodge so I can see down on top of these fish. Come on now. Okay, so right now, it's not working. To UI bug they're aware of. So it's only showing some things in Imperial and some things in Metric. But yeah, that it is a fixed thing that they are working on, I believe, for launch. One of the first things I mentioned too, hey guys, what is this in feet? Yeah, that was one of the first things that I noticed. Flip that out there. And there's a few things too. They're already planning on being fixed, so I guess, you know, I'm not being too harsh on them necessarily too, is they are actively working on a lot of things to get the game in a better state all the time. Put that out there. I think these gills are gravitating more towards the bottom or the top. Quite a few up shallow though, you know? That's a terrible cast. Tapping that cast. There we go. feel like we use an ice fishing rod. We've got 3 islands. Yeah, fish approaching. Come on. It's putting up a fight. Not full of diamonds, but silver. Yep, it's putting up a fight, but it's no dime. Like every time I catch one though, like I see it. Then you kind of flip out to it, and you're gonna catch them every time, it seems like. There's a ton of activity right here. Is that a fish, or is that a reflection of underwater? It's a fish. Pretty sure it's fish. Come on, baby. Let's let this cat outside here in a second, guys. Look, hey guys, I gotta go potty. He won't use the indoor litter box. Dude, have an outside cat. Be cool for that. Yeah. Say hi? No, don't want to say hi? Another silver. Another silver. So, maybe we can try bumping that hook size up. Which would 8. We'll see if that little bit larger hook influences the size of the fish. I think it does. Let's get back to a spot where I can kind of see down to this big boulder. Get this out here and see if anything pops up. Can't catch a fish on dry lure. Dude, I've got a smudge on my screen from opening a pop earlier, and I keep thinking it's a fish swimming. Also, yes, pop, not soda. Goodness, boys, look. Okay, so that's gotta be the hot spot over there. That's gotta be the hot, like, row. Okay. So we went from a size 10 to a size 8. And that thing looks like an absolute tank. But it looks like it's got no interest with this larger hook. Something's chasing it though. Something's coming up. Is that 2 somethings? Lower that drag just in case. No, that one's dead. Is that gonna be? I guess they're down in blue. Gotta be down in blue. What the heck? Blue boys. Right. Alright, so it's 2 species. Alright, I'm gonna take the cat outside real quick and try to help the girlfriend find her phone. If we want a quick break, I'll be right back.
Packed one. Oh, 45 bullets there.
One's broke top. 2 broke top. Wi-Fi down.
There.
GG's, boys.
I gotta do is fuck.
Hold on. Done the boy stuff. You hit. On knife, yep. He's dead. Oh, one guy, yeah. I killed.
Oh, animals taken outside. Head back to the shop. Collect that cash. It definitely seems like once you know where to go, the game is super fast.
Rods. We sell them. Welcome. What a gorgeous
A lot of
bluegill.
those, just getting
This
you
is
set
one
up.
for the wall. A photo, I mean. Name your poison. Bread as a cheap and effective chub bait really does take the cake. If you're a little thrifty, then this will do the trick.
But I don't have a line, so now I gotta make 200 line.
Don't mistake this so-called basking shark for a bottom feeder. This string swims slicker than a sea serpent and won't break the riverbank, if you catch my drift.
I'm just gonna head. Journal, stop, keep. What other smaller species? What else is gonna be big and heavy?
Used to visit here as a kid. It's just like I remember it, for better or for worse.
Bluegill. Like around here. Catch a couple of gills. Get the money. Get this task done. River. Okay. Like. Pull up my map. Got it. Bend in the river. About where I am. Yeah, I thought, okay. So you'll set up on? I'll set a bait and hopefully we see start something moving. Got one jumping there. Up a little bit further. I saw something jump there. Come on now. Really seeing much for actual fish though. Fish rod. Oh, clean it up here. Sit for a second and soak. I'm gonna grab stuff from downstairs. So tomorrow, like I said, we're gonna go over a bunch of baits. But I also got a bunch of Berkeley baits in for review. So hopefully, we get everything set up camera-wise and take a look at the new Berkeley baits. There's fish starting to pop around. But you know what? What size? 10. Chasing a little bit smaller gill, and maybe enough of a difference. I mean, it seemed like it made a difference in getting that diamond, right? It was upsizing the hook just a hair. Yeah, now there's a fish coming up to it. Interesting. But I guess size is the question, right? They just hit and go away. I don't think I've really seen that. Usually when they smack it, they come in. Okay. So come and take a peek at it, and then look not interested. Back out and see it. Why? Why are you hitting it and not committing to it? Really weird in this game. Two creds though. I guess throw our one last bloodworm and just see if that seems so weird that they're so interested, but not committing. Totally swam away from it. That tells me if I need to know. Yeah, immediately fish start popping up towards it. Immediate. Again, go ahead. Size the foot. Support. Oh man. I don't know why that's. I'll push support here, but okay. Because you know, if that's a Twitter account that I want repeating. The fish swimming towards my bait, I think. Sizable one underneath me too. Alright, so pretty much going bronze, right? That size 10 hook. Better bite it. Better commit. There we go. So you change the hook. Seems like the fish size goes up quite a bit. There's one underneath me right here. Just soak this and see if that does anything. Might be gone though. Down. Toss back out in the middle. I don't think the fish are biting in waves. So I think my next one is I'm gonna try to get the largemouth and smallmouth done. Those two should be well within the limits of the rod. And then we can probably go for goldens, like rainbows. Whitefish should be easy at that point too. Don't forget that mid-sized rod, dude. I mean, things are going to go really quickly. It's a matter of getting that mid-sized rod so that I can earn the stuff to the bait caster that I need for the laker and the pike. Because on my diamond video, I did the pike with a, like a 15-pound setup, maybe 22-pound setup. But he was 25 pounds. Yeah, I just need a little bit more money. Not far off. What size is again? Just the giggles. Yeah, I just need a few more fish. That's the thing. It's like I just need a few more fish. Obviously, the bigger the fish, the more they're worth. This one's interested. Come on. Just open my gloves. Just take it. You know, a small one, though, watch. Yeah, because that hook size, man, everything. It's gotta be. You always change that hook size to a 10, fish just get smaller. Back to the bigger size. And this one jumping looks halfway decent. It's almost like struggling harder to get the gold and the silver than you do the diamonds. Come on. Silver, son of a... I'm using the biggest hook with the best bait for these stupid things. Not really getting much for cash out of them either. I want that next line set up so bad, though. It's going to make a world of difference in things that I can do. Which right now I probably could go catch a largemouth, but it's going to take me 5, 10, 20 minutes pretty much to freaking reel the thing in. I mean, the fights can be brutal if you're not set up for the fight. Were the fish deep? What's going on? Like I gotta set the thing deeper, maybe? Try that. Need like 100 more bucks. Maybe not even that. And once that's done, I get that rod set up. Then we can knock out a bunch of dimes. Make a bunch of money. Then be set up for the next one. Okay, that is... I thought I saw a fish, but then it's my bobber, and I'm losing my mind. Fish, just hit it. I think I have way more success with a shorter lead, though. We might have to head up and fry a largemouth spot if this is gonna be difficult, you know. These bluegill are not happening right now. So that's gonna be the case. And quorum drum, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna shop first. We're gonna spend some money to make some money.
A customer? A real-life customer? Come on in. What can I get ya?
Hey,
We got some of the best porridge going,
red worms.
piping hot and sprinkled with sunflower seeds to stir even the sleepiest waters.
size hook for normal size 6 and size 2. 6.
Juicy plump wigglers I fattened up myself. They say the early worm gets the fish, and little cutie pies are more than punctual.
Alright. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit. Head up here. We're gonna head out and we're gonna chase smallmouth real quick. And we're gonna see if I can get one on and keep it on. Once I can get a few smallmouth, you know, I can have enough money to get what I need. The random animals also. Bigfoot screams. the spot. Go ahead. Put this out like pads in the grass. I'm not necessarily sure smallmouth are going to go for this. This should be the smallmouth spot. Okay, that was good. Good fish right there. Yeah, I think they're going to go for this. A little drag. That's what you're going to run into with bigger fish. The thing will just pull and drag. Absolutely pull and drag. Come on. Come on, man. Get in here. Well, definitely a fish that I wanted that 15-pound setup for. Oh, darn, man. That thing's gonna spool me for sure. Yep. Yep. Knew it. Got one more smallmouth and see how that goes. Oh, man. I don't think I have. This setup's just not going to do it. Yeah, this setup's just not going to do. Alright, so at this point, we just cut line. Try to find something a little bit smaller. We need some money, that's the thing. Oh, dude, the drag set was at like 5%. I ended up maxing it out pretty much. The, we just popped line. We ran out of line. It was a 1 pound line. I figured, screw it, I'd give it a shot, but I didn't think it was going to work. Yeah, I can cut that. Alright, let's, head back here. Get us some perch or something, try to find some quick money. Yeah, let's go up on delirium. What these fish are. And I guess they want bread. They look awfully trouty. I have on my other account. I'm trying not to collect them on this one, like I have a clean save for doing the guides. But yeah, that's it's on my list.
Bread? A little bread? Okay. About a blubber? Does that pique your interest at all? I think it does. Okay, swim around it, next to it, and away from it. Oh, there you go. Here, fish. Okay, we'll try the other baits then. Got a red worm. Yeah, these are absolutely gorgeous. Pretty sure they're goldens. We're gonna have to head over to the perch one, which I believe. What's this one? What's it? Yeah, I'm hoping to have a map with all the collectibles and all that stuff before too long. Kind of the next major pushes. Yeah, it's pretty much about just checking out my map and making sure that's gonna work for leveling. So what's going on? I just need a little bit more cash. These fish are just not biting what I got. But I think they're goldens.
Hey, Buck, I'm getting a wiggle on down to Silver Strand
Marshmallow,
Meadows,
of course.
so catch me there. Bye for now.
Let's do that real quick. Oh, let's buy some marshmallows. And give that a shot. There's a chance there. There's a chance.
Warning there! Interested in the best money can buy? Take a look at these. These marshmallows will have a bite before you can say chubby bunnies.
Or you can say what? He's on the weird side. Marshmallow. Now, a simple switcher to marshmallow. What's gonna happen? I should be on perch. I see a fish out there. I worry though, these things are gonna be freaking massive. I think goldfish are bigger than smallmouth. Do I know what that is? Are those goats? Goats. If that's the case, there's no way. Yeah, crankbait or bigger. I don't have any gear for that. Where to the side, see if I can find something. panfish. Bro, it's because I need just a little bit more money, that's why. I guess we could just go adventuring too and like collect much money that way too. That's not really much fun, right? Man, if I had a jerk crankbait just running through here right now, oh. Let's check the lake right here. And get held up by something like a line, basically. Sea fish in this thing. Alright. We're playing here. What's our plan here?
Salutations! Beautiful day we're having. Here's what I've got.
Have anything that I can sell with a value? No.
This gorgeous antique rod is a real blast from the past, but boy does it feel as good as new.
Okay, buy. How much money do I need? Fluorocarbon. I want 15 pounds. I need 200 coins. 200 coins. Okay, so what we're gonna do. Oh, and of course, my game.
Everyone starts somewhere, but anyone who's anyone starts with a greenhorn. This baby has a smoother learning curve than
One's broke top. Two broke top. Wi-Fi down. GG's, boys.
What is it about your hobby that keeps you coming all the way out here? Is it the freedom? Wandering in search of that perfect spot? You've made your own path through these hills. Tasted the fresh water of our lakes, our rivers. You've been on the water with friends at sunrise and helped the locals long past sunset. But you just keep coming back. At this spot, you got a pretty good idea what's lurking beneath the surface. But there's only one way to find out. Whether it's the one you write home about or the one that gets away, that feeling is what gets you hooked. That whether it's your first time or your 100th time, you never know what you're gonna catch until it's caught. Call of the Wild, the Angler.
Okay. Back on. I submit reports for that stuff so that things actually get...
Oh boy, have I got a deal for you.
Alright. So if you're down bad, quick way to make some money would be to go ahead, truck.
But
Truck
wait,
and just go
you
locate
didn't
spots.
buy anything.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna drive around the map. I'm gonna locate all of the locations, and then tomorrow we're gonna go ahead and finish off the series. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. East. Have a good one, guys.